Hi, this is Ferre with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Stephen Swenson, and this is one of our Property Deal of the Day videos where we look at different property deals that have come up, and we like to focus on them, whether they be great deals, all around, or deals or things that are just worth noting or picking out about properties.
Yeah, in fact, it's funny you bring that up because this next property we're going to be looking at, is one of those kind of properties where we wouldn't recommend our students buy it, but it is a little bit interesting in the type of property because even in looking at some of our comments, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, occasionally we'll have people ask about do islands ever come up for sale? Well, they occasionally do, but in a lot of cases they're going to be like this island right here.
Yeah, most of the islands that are going to come up for sale are going to be things that can't really be used in a lot of ways, which that's the biggest issue with this, with this island. Some of these islands are only temporary too. It's like sometimes they're above water and sometimes they're not. This one may be above water. It looks like it might have enough elevation there to it. But the major problem though is it's only about an acre in size, and they're not going to let you do anything with it, based on that. In other words, it's not going to be big enough to be used. It's not going to be able to get utilities or anything, and so it's going to have real limitations as to what you could do with it.
Yeah, well, the only way you're going to be able to access it through it, is by boat. And, there is some places you could maybe get on up above and below, but even then you've got to have the right type of water flow going. And so it, really would have to be the type of property that somebody would buy that was really, really local and just wanted to have a place to be able to go maybe camping.
Yeah, I think for recreational purposes, this could be a good buy. If you're just looking for something like that, yeah, it would be a way that you could have a little place there that you could get to, and I hope that's who the buyer is somebody that's local there that's just looking to use it, and who knows, I mean, at this price, I don't think they'll lose money on it if they want to sell it to somebody, but then again, who knows what kind of weird hangups there are in terms of use, and so yeah, as long as it was just for something like camping or whatever, maybe that's not a problem, but who knows, maybe even then they would give you flack for it. I don't know.
Well, it'd definitely be something you would contact the county about and find out more. Yeah, they picked it up for 6,100. It was worth about 17,000. But here's kind of where it's located, and so you can kind of see it's right there below the town and kind of a campground that goes kind of out by it a bit. But that's really, you'd have to be one of these homes up above or maybe this campground, I think, that would have any potential use for it.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one in that way, which would also make it a little bit weird for trying to find buyers. I mean, just having a hard time even describing it or figuring out exactly what you're going to be able to use it for means that there's automatically going to be a smaller pool of potential people that might be interested in buying it. Now, that's not to say that there aren't a lot of buyers out there. If you could sell it as recreational property, you could probably find a buyer. But again, that's going into it with moderate expectations. It's basically understanding that this property may not be able to be used for anything aside from, like recreational property.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and with this type of property, it's not the kind that we would recommend buying, because we always talk about property having both use and value, and really, we've limited our buying pool to such a small degree, and that we may or may not be able to sell it. It really is a bit of a gamble with that type of property, and that's kind of what it is. It's a total gamble. It's kind of like going up, to and playing it, a hand of cards or something. You may be successful, you may not be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, fortunately, the one good thing they did was, they didn't pay such a high price for it, that they probably won't be able to figure out something with it. But yeah, again, we're dealing with a smaller group of potential buyers, and there's still a lot of things that are unknown about the property. So it could still turn out okay, but the problems are pretty obvious, in that it's not going to be usable. It's not going to be accessible except for by boat. And so therefore, trying to find buyers, you're looking for a specific type of buyer. Now, yeah, it's 6,000. I think maybe you could turn around and sell it, and make some money on it. But I don't think it's going to be one of those properties you're going to be able to make a ton. I mean, you're not going to turn around and sell it for 50,000. It's not like one of those properties. You're going to be lucky if you could maybe double your money on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's really that small buyer pool. I mean, if you found two people that both wanted it, but you really limited it, so it'd be kind of a fun as a recreational property. Maybe you've lived within the area, but we do get asked about islands occasionally, and they do come up, but usually they're kind of something like this, where they're more recreational. You're not going to find some beautiful island, near Florida or anywhere else, usually coming up at a tax sale. It's going to be something similar to this.
Yeah, I mean, the more valuable and desirable a property is, the lower the chances are that it will end up in a tax sale. It's because people tend to protect, their most valuable assets, and those types of properties are really valuable. So it is really rare to see those types of properties come up. Now, what does come up sometimes are pieces of land, that will come up for sale. Sometimes homes come up for sale as well, because we see those. And some of those homes are oftentimes, can be great investments. There's some that are risky, but there can be some great homes that come up for sale as well. So, hey, thanks for watching this video, and be sure to watch out for our next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll even include some homes. So look forward to that.